Alright guys, I thought for this review I would do something a little bit different. Um, I'm reviewing the Ring of Honor TV show for February 18th, 2012. They're in the Dew Burns Arena in Maryland. And they start the show off with a recap of last week with Eddie Edwards and Kyle O'Reilly. That was a good match last week, and then it shows Eddie Edwards and Adam Cole forming their own tag team. This Ring of Honor show for tonight was a pretty good show. They only have an hour of TV time, and they were able to give us 3 good matches tonight. They were still able to do their promos and all that other stuff, so for them to fit all that in an hour is pretty good. Usually we get like 2 matches and some promos, so it kind of varies, but I think they're starting to get the tapings down better, and the overall TV show product is becoming a lot better to watch. So this was a good show tonight, and I really liked it. Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness are talking about Davey Richards and Kyle O'Reilly. They said that at the 10th anniversary show, it's going to be Adam Cole and Eddie Edwards versus Davey Richards and Kyle O'Reilly for the main event. So that should be a pretty good match. They said that they don't have a main event for tonight since Shelton Benjamin is suspended, and it was going to be the World's Greatest Tag Team versus the Young Bucks. Charlie Haas comes out. Charlie says it's not the World's Greatest Tag Team's fault that there's no main event. It's Ring of Honor's fault, and it's Mark Briscoe's fault for running into a chair. He says he wants to fight one of the Briscoes right now. So the Briscoes come out, and Jay says they can fight anytime. Jim Cornette gets in the ring, and they make a match of Mark Briscoe versus Charlie Haas with Jay Briscoe handcuffed to the ring post. Cornette says that he normally wouldn't do that, but since Shelton Benjamin is back home in Houston, he feels comfortable booking this match. The Briscoes agree to do it. Charlie Haas wants to do it, so that's the main event for tonight. They have Steve Corino come out, and he sits with Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness on commentary for Kevin Steen's TV debut match. They recap last week with Kevin Steen F5ing everyone, and then they have the match. It's Andy Right Leg Ridge versus Kevin Steen. I don't know who this guy is. I guess maybe he's a local Maryland independent wrestler or something, but they hit some cool spots. Kevin hits a fall-away slam, just throwing Andy Ridge into the guardrail. It was a pretty nasty bump. And then he actually power bombs him onto the apron from the floor. So that was also a pretty cool spot. And it was kind of a squash match. It was good. Andy Ridge got some offense in, but it was really just Kevin Steen destroying this guy. He wins with the F5. One funny thing I noticed about this, and I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, is Kevin Kelly uses Jim Cornette's lines on commentary. Maybe it's just me and I'm the only one who noticed that, but there was a line he said about the Briscoes, and tonight he used it. And he said, I don't know why people like Kevin Steen, but, you know, people are crazy. Some people like Charles Manson. And that was a Jim Cornette line he used when people were cheering the Briscoes. And I noticed he uses another line where Jim Cornette always says there's 2 sides or 3 sides to every story. Your side, my side, and the truth. And that's something Jim Cornette always says, and Kevin Kelly used that too. So I just thought it was funny. Maybe it was just me picking up on it, but anyways, after the match, Kevin Steen tries to package pile drive Andy Ridge, and the referee stops him because the move is banned, and he chases the ref out of the ring, and he goes to try it again, but Steve Corino gets in the ring. Jimmy Jacobs runs out and attacks Kevin Steen from behind. Security eventually breaks it up, and Kevin Steen is on the outside. Everyone else is in the ring. He kind of kicks Andy Ridge again, which was funny. And Jacobs cuts a promo and says that the package pile driver couldn't stop him. He's been through a lot in his career, and he always comes back. And he says he wants a fight with Kevin Steen. That should be pretty good. I guess they're going to start building towards that before Steen goes after Richards. He's probably also going to go after El Generico again at some point. They cut to Davey Richards and Kyle O'Reilly backstage with Veda Scott. Richards says that Edwards and Cole are jumping in the deep end, and he says he's over this friendship crap. Kyle O'Reilly says that you can't expect loyalty from Eddie Edwards, and Richards says that don't expect mercy from Team Ambition. Mike Mondo and Matt Taven versus Eddie Edwards and Adam Cole is the next match. This one was a pretty good tag team match. There was a spot in here. Eddie Edwards goes for a lion salt and he misses, but it is a perfect lion salt. This guy is a really good wrestler. Adam Cole wins with a German suplex on Matt Taven. Kevin Kelly acts like he's never seen a German suplex before in his life. I guess he's trying to act like Adam Cole's never used this. I gotta find out the name of it, but he's going crazy like he's never seen a German suplex. It was pretty weird. After the match, Matt Taven shakes Edwards and Cole's hands. Mondo gets mad at him. They slap each other. Mike Mondo lays him out with a double arm DDT. So maybe they're gonna start like a little feud for these two. It was okay. Backstage we have the House of Truth, and Truth says that last week when the Briscoes stole the check for $5,000, he immediately stopped payment on the check. Roderick Strong tells the Briscoes to quit bitching. Then we have a promo with the Young Bucks. They say that March 4th they will defeat the Briscoes, and Matt Jackson says he will buy Mark some new teeth and super kick them down his throat in New York. They advertise next week is going to be Jay Lethal versus Davey Richards for the World Heavyweight title. That should be a pretty good match. Lethal says he wrestles a different style than Davey Richards is used to, and March 4th for the 10th anniversary pay-per-view he's supposed to be wrestling Tommaso Ciampa. He says I could very well go in there as the World Heavyweight Champion and end Ciampa's undefeated streak. So we get a promo with the Embassy. Basically, it's just Ciampa saying he will remain undefeated and become the new TV champion. Then we have Mike Bennett and Maria backstage with Kevin Kelly talking about the pay-per-view shows. They're doing 2 pay-per-views, March 30th and March 31st. And on the March 30th show, they're actually having Lance Storm come out of retirement to face Mike Bennett. That should be awesome. I really like Lance Storm, and I was excited to hear that. They have Charlie Haas versus Mark Briscoe with Jay handcuffed to the ring post. It's the main event. Another good match. Charlie backdrops Mark Briscoe onto the guardrail in front of Jay. He's handcuffed so he can't help his brother. He's helpless. Charlie goes for the angle slam, but Mark escapes and hits the roll-up for the win. So Mark Briscoe wins. Charlie gets mad. He takes the key to the handcuffs off the referee's neck. He hits 2 more angle slams on Mark. He goes out to get a chair. He comes in and he's about to attack Jay Briscoe, who's still handcuffed to the post. And Mark tries to stop him, and he hits Mark in the head with a chair. And then he goes to the announcer's table, and he lays down $10,000 and says, "This is $5,000 for Shelton's fine, $5,000 for my fine." And that's it. So it was a pretty good Ring of Honor show this week. I like this. Next week it's going to be Jay Lethal versus Davey Richards, and that should be an awesome match too. One thing I was wondering about is I know Chikara did the invasion angle with Ring of Honor. Now, was that was that only to build up the pay-per-view on April 28th? Because they're having the Synergy pay-per-view, and I was just wondering if all of that was for the one show, or is this like a real invasion? Maybe they're saving it to put it on TV when it's closer to April. But I was really excited about that. I was hoping to see some Chikara guys on Ring of Honor TV, and I thought it would be pretty awesome. So I hope they eventually do this invasion angle and the Chikara guys come in, because I think that'd be really cool and good for Ring of Honor, good for Chikara. They get some more exposure, so hopefully it's more than just the one Synergy show. And some other cool news for independent wrestling fans is Dragon Gate USA is having a pay-per-view on March 30th. It's kind of a way for them to get new viewers and to thank the old viewers who have bought the pay-per-views. It's only $1.99, and this is supposed to be one of their biggest shows of the year. I'm definitely going to get it because I haven't seen much Dragon Gate USA, but it sounds awesome. It's kind of a mixture of American independent wrestlers who are all really talented versus Japanese wrestlers, so it's kind of a mixture of styles, and I think it's going to be a really cool show. and $1.99 for a pay-per-view, you can't beat that. It's going to be awesome. The only problem is it kind of conflicts with the Ring of Honor March 30th show, and if I can, I want to review all these shows and all the pay-per-views. So if I can work something out to where I can watch both shows and do reviews, I will definitely do that. So hopefully I can figure something out for that. But that was my review of Ring of Honor for this week. I thought it was a great show. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And thank you to everybody who has subscribed. Like the videos, leave some comments, and thanks for listening. Bye.